everyone?
Oh, go ahead.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, everyone. We tried to do it at the same time.
We tried, eh? Welcome, everybody, to History for Fools. That's right. The only podcast where you learn, laugh, learn, forget it, and then learn it again, and then laugh about it again. With our first historian of the podcast ever, and scroll and writer and dunce, Butch Escobar.
Yo, what up, everybody? Thanks for watching, man. Thanks for tuning in.
Tuning in, people. I'm learning a lot on this podcast by reading, and I'm also learning a lot of words, man. Like I threw them in a loop last week.
That's right.
When we're studying this subject, because he has sent me a book on this subject, and I said, he asked me, "Hey man, did you just check out that book I sent you?" And I said, "Yeah, I perused."
I know. That was hilarious, dude. You're all, I perused it.
I perused it. Peruse. Abbreviation?
Yeah, there it is.
To glance.
And then Shelly in the back goes, that's a fancy way of saying I didn't look at shit.
I didn't look at anything.
But you know a little bit about this subject.
I love this subject.
Okay.
I dream of this subject.
I love this subject too.
I wanted to party like these motherfuckers without doing bad stuff.
Well, that's the thing is we still don't know who did the bad stuff, but we know who did a lot of the partying.
Well, according to the movie, a lot of parties that were in that party partied and disembarked.
And then disembarked.
Can I start by saying something?
Sure.
I don't know if it's a fact, but you could start from the beginning. That
You got that vape.
The famous person that was one of the main partiers because he made the party happen. He had the biggest party favor, but not really the party favors that people that really make you high. His party favor is more about getting people to scream. But people wanted to hang out with this person because of what he did and what he had between his legs, right? He was famous for that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He was a good guy to hang out with.
Yes.
And you want that guy there. So
That's our boy
without
right
further
there.
ado, man, here's Butch Escobar telling us everything he can pick up with short notice on Wonderland.
Well, welcome to 8763 Wonderland Avenue, Los Angeles, California.
Wonderland Murders, who, by the way, I used to pass by Wonderland because it's by the Comedy Store, and Ralphie May used to live on top.
So you had
above
to drive right by.
Yeah.
See the thing.
I remember I was in Wonderland, but didn't know what was going on.
So with the Menendez brothers, when we did Menendez brothers, the thing about living in LA and when we do these, because there's a lot of great murders that happen in LA. It's weird to say that. But when we did the Menendez brothers, I actually wanted to see the actual house and get pictures of it. And I remember driving to after I got off work at the Improv, which was like 1 a.m. I drove to Beverly Hills like an idiot in my fucking totally fucked up car with no fucking like registration. It's fucking 2 a.m. and I'm sitting outside the Menendez brothers' house, and I realize like I'm a fucking psychopath right now. So I didn't get to do that with this one yet and I will afterwards. But we got really busy. We've been on the road. But this is the house. This is still there. It's still in the neighborhood. I don't know if someone lives in it. What's crazy is that there's no tours for this. Like I would buy this and turn this into a tourist destination.
It's up on Zillow.
It's up on Zillow, is it really? Yeah.
How much?
Let's look through the pictures. Well, yeah. How much is it? $9. It's not even $1 million home.
It's and I'm sure the bedrooms.
Get the fuck
Show
out
the
of here.
bedrooms, bro.
This might be a bedroom right here.
Oh yeah, I could definitely walk you through the house because I definitely went through a lot of the old pictures. Of
Bro,
this
I
house.
am.
Holy
I am.
fuck.
I am fucking happy PTSD watching these rooms clean.
I know. Same here. That's the thing.
My heart's dropped, bro. Watching the facade.
The facade.
That's the word of the day.
Go
people.
back to the go back to that original
and
floor plan.
Peruse.
Yeah, the one that had the whole house.
These fools were renting this place, huh?
They owned it, and how they got it was the lady who plays Janine Garofalo in the movie. I will give you her name. Joy Audrey Goldmiller was the leaseholder, and she kind of got into drugs with Billy Deverall, like the other person. So these are the people who were murdered. Let's start off with that.
It's called about the Murderland murders. A bunch of party animals that were murdered in that house we showed you. We want to get to the murder, the people who got killed, or how it all began.
Let's talk about it first. Let's talk about what happened first, and then we could go from where it all began.
Okay.
Because I think laying out just what happened in itself is like, okay, well, fuck, that's crazy that this happened. First of all,
what year it happened?
The year that it happened was 1981. And
1981, people.
So, you know,
5 people got their heads bashed in.
4 people.
4.
Ronald Lee, Ron Lanius, Billy Deverall, Joy Audrey Goldmiller, and David C. Actually, no, sorry. Actually, it was wait. Where's the third lady on this one? I had it written down here somewhere. Yeah, give me the names real
Read them
quick.
up there.
Okay, here we are. Barbara Richardson. That's the one who survived, I believe.
Oh, damn, 22.
Yeah. So, like, that's the thing is, like, also look at their ages, 37, 44, 46, and a 22-year-old, And so, like, and I think the 22-year-old is the one who survived. Yeah, Barbara Richardson is the one who survived. And so, like, you're a police officer, you show up on the scene, and this is a brutal murder. This isn't like 4 people got capped because of whatever reason, which is going to be revenge. But it's not even like that. It's like someone took what they believe is someone took a rebar. You know what rebar is?
No, but because J-Rod.
That's a little less lethal and a little more annoying, but that's rebar. And it's
that's the stuff they put in before they put in the
cement.
The cement block, right?
Yes. And they believe that someone took a heavier, like, because there's different gauges.
They all had rebar or they had pipes?
They believe they had rebar. And the police believe they had rebar because of the indentations and the weight of the blows. Because everybody in this, first of all, this case wasn't called the Wonderland case up until the movie was made. It was called 4 on the Floor because everybody was found on the floor with their heads bashed in.
I thought they were bashed in their bedrooms.
They were, but they were on the floor when they were found.
Oh, they dragged them out?
Well, they probably fell off the bed or who knows, or there was a fight. Because that's the other...
What time did this happen?
This happened... Right, but what time did it happen? It happened early in the morning. It happened
July
at like
1st, 1981.
It happened at 2 in the morning.
At 2 in the morning, people.
They believe it happened at 2 in the
They
morning.
were caught sleeping.
Because they, again, here's the thing with this case, bro.
The other party animal must have been partying for 3 days to be passed out at 2 in the morning.
They were fucking partying, bro. They were partying, but also, so first of all, this case has very little evidence and physical information. But it has a lot of lore because of who it surrounded, who surrounded it. But also because of the brutality was nuts, man. I mean, whoever went in there beat these people, like they fucking hated them. It wasn't like someone got ripped off and they were coming back to cap them. Like, bro, if you're in a gang and you get robbed, you're gonna go do a drive-by on the other gang, right? Or you're gonna shoot them or cap them or do whatever. But the
I don't know that we can show that.
Let me see my glasses, bro.
Yeah, dude, there's no way we can
Let me
show
see,
that
let me
one,
see,
but
let me see,
or
let me
you
see,
can
let me see,
blur
let
it
me see.
out.
Yeah, we'll have to
Let me see.
I'll show you that.
Yeah, show it to us anyway, and then we can blur
Show
it
me,
out
bro.
and post.
That's a woman, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Who else?
This one looks like
she's in her bed though in that one.
Yeah.
I do see, like, this was on the floor.
And they all got their heads bashed in?
I think the one who survived is the one in the bed.
But she a brain dead, right?
She had amnesia and a little bit of brain damage and cannot remember what happened, except for she just woke up to a shadow standing over her with the rod in his hand. And I mean, like, again, bro, like
what I read about this a long time ago was that that John Holmes led those killers there.
so that's what we're gonna get to.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is that so now we have
That right there, who's that guy? He seemed like to be the ringleader.
that's Ron Lanius. And so that's the thing is like when you come in to this house first let's just we know what the murders are, right? We know what happened. We know that these people were brutally beaten. So we go from there. And if you're a police officer, you're going to start looking deep into places where someone who wants to really kill you. Now this gang, they're called the Wonderland Gang, and that's where the name comes from as well, as they were called the Wonderland Gang.
It's like a makeup. It's not like a name drug addict made up, bro, because they live on Wonderland.
That is exactly
It's
what
like
it
me and
is.
you hanging around, bro. You and I were gonna be the fucking Sepulveda de Locos.
Well, the other name that they had was the Shameful Five.
I love that Shameful Five.
And
I would make a bicycle club called the Shameful Five.
and these people actually had some success. That's the thing is that they actually
Who's
got.
the guy with the hat, bro?
That's Ron Lanius. That's this ringleader. No, sorry.
He was a
No,
muscle.
that's Billy Deverall. Ron Lanius is on the lower left.
He's muscle too, huh?
And Bill Deverall is the second in charge and was not muscle. He was actually like a little guy. Bill Deveraux was the guy that was in charge, and he was in the military. He was in Vietnam. He got arrested and convicted for coming home. And
Wasn't there a dude that was involved in the robbery who wasn't there for the murder because he left?
well, yeah, we're gonna get to that too as well. But this is Ron Lanius. He was arrested and charged and convicted for putting drugs in dead bodies of Vietnam soldiers, and then having them shipped here.
Yeah, he was part of that. That's with Frank
Underwood,
in a movie
not
back.
Frank Underwood, but
Frank White
right? Yes,
with Denzel Washington.
yeah, the American Gangster.
Yeah,
is
he was part of that crew.
Oh, he was a part of that crew. Okay, so he comes back, bro, and he's got some success. And with his conviction, he has a lot of street cred, and he's known for being actually a really chill guy. He's kind of portrayed as a fucking crazy dude, but he's actually chill, but really, really murderous. Like cops who had dealt with him in the past said this is one of the most coldest people they ever dealt with. So he kind of forms this gang. They have success. They start selling drugs. They start operating out on the streets. They start getting a reputation of who they are. Not to the point of where they're going to get killed, because they're also operating out of a part of LA that's not street territory.
Oh yeah, it's like the time.
Yeah, so they're doing really, really well. And then they kind of come upon a hard time, and that's where John Holmes comes in, because like John Holmes is hanging out with them, and he's like, I know
I read that.
I know where we can get a lot of money.
I read that from the movie. It says that John Holmes owed them a shitload of money
Yes.
because John Holmes used to buy drugs from them, and they finally cut him off, and they were gonna beat the shit out of him. And he said, "I know somebody."
Yes. Yeah.
So it wasn't like he coming up with a great idea.
And that's where your biker comes
He's a
in.
scumbag, right?
Right. No, he's a scumbag, and John Holmes is a drug addict. Like he's a total
He's a scumbag to give up his friends like that.
right.
Playing both sides.
Bro, both sides, dude. And that's the thing is that
People say you gotta have big balls to do shit like that now, man. You gotta have a big ass 14-inch dick to do something like that.
bro, you have to be the guy that has the 14-inch dick. This may be where big dick energy comes
John
from.
Holmes is by this time he's done his luck, former porn star. This is the 80s. And he's done. He's Mark McGuire basically in Boogie Nights, jerking off for people in trucks.
Yes.
And down in luck. But his fucking pornos are everywhere all over the world now, even though he's not a porn star no more and he's famous.
Right.
And people I hate to put it this way. He is like Angel Salazar and what's his name from Scarface that everybody wants to hang out and party with him.
Yes, dude. Yeah.
So people would just invite John Holmes to do a special appearance to party.
And look at his dick.
And then Eddie Nash loved he came here to be an actor, didn't make it,
Right.
and now he loved John Holmes.
So this is Eddie Nash. Eddie Nash is a guy who moved to L.A. To America from actually he's an Israeli, but he moved to L.A. from Gaza, Palestine, right? Yeah. And he gets here and he doesn't have a lot of money, but all of a sudden he has a suspicious rise to stardom.
He's like James Masada, man, a guy an immigrant who came to America with only $1.5 million. According to Paul Rodriguez.
He didn't have that quite that much. He actually came here with nothing, but that was the thing that made him so suspicious, is that he came here with nothing. And within a very short period of time, he gained a small fortune, started buying clubs, and then in those clubs, he started selling drugs.
Yeah.
And here's what's so brilliant about the Nash, bro. The Nash.
Nobody fucks with the Nash.
Nobody fucks with the Nash. So the Nash.
A gangster. Look right there.
He made a club. He made a club for every type of human being in LA. If you were a huge elitist and rich, there was a club for you. If you were in the ghetto and in the hood, they had a club for you. If you were gay, they had a club for you. Like, he owned all these different types of clubs that catered to different parts of the city. And in those clubs, he sold mass amount of drugs. Now, this is the 70s. So you got to remember, crack era is about to kick up. Drugs are flowing through LA like crazy. The cops here are so corrupt that they can't even keep a handle on what is happening in this city. So, there's a lot going on. I mean, we're talking also during the same time that the Manson family trials are happening, or murders. Yeah, the trials are happening. Yeah, George Jung is bringing in cocaine. There's actually parts of this where I'm like, there's got to be a connection. And if I had more time, I would have researched the connection between
Pablo Escobar, Tijuana cartel.
Well, that's the thing, is that we do know for sure that that the Nash was bringing in drugs from Escobar cartel, and there's a small player in this who doesn't get actually mentioned in the movies and in some of the articles, but he's in the books and he's definitely in the police reports, and that is Scott Thorson.
Scott Thorson.
Do you know who Scott Thorson is?
Tell me, bro.
Hey, bro. He is the writer of this is actually very appropriate because he has a big nose. He plays the piano. He is the writer of the Candelabra. Behind the Candelabra.
Is that Scott Thorson? Never mind.
Scott Thorson is Liberace's
lover.
Well, he used to be his lover and partner. And this guy has
the one that dressed up. He got makeup like him.
Yes, he wanted to be the. Yes. So this is him. Dude.
That's Matt Damon and.
So this him trying to look like Liberace?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he tried to look like Liberace later on in life.
No, Liberace paid for all his surgery. Liberace wanted so he could have sex with himself.
No way. Okay, so this I did learn a little bit in the book about this Scott Thorson character, which he plays a huge role in all of this, in the background of all of this.
Well, he's a gangster.
But he actually, what's crazy is, if you listen to this guy, he sounds like a gay crackhead. But he was kind of gangster in a lot of this because he started helping.
He said that he overheard the crime.
He started helping Nash. Well, okay, so this is what happens. He's Liberace's partner. First of all, Liberace starts raising him at 16. He pulls him off the street at 16. He adopts him, and he's actually Liberace's son, official son, till he reaches 18. But that's the thing, is Liberace's grooming him. And Liberace, one of the things is Liberace has all these side deals, and one of them is with the Nash. Okay? And he doesn't, and to this day, Scott Thorson doesn't know what Liberace was doing with him to get money. But he would go to Liberace would send Scott to the Nash to pick up a load of money and bring it back. But what Liberace didn't know was that Scott was also picking up drugs from the Nash.
Why was Liberace picking up cash?
That's the thing, is Scott doesn't know to this day because Liberace died with a secret, but Nash was giving Liberace like $100,000 a month. Like a fuck ton of money. And it got cut off. At one point, the Nash told Liberace to go fuck himself because the Nash got so big that he didn't care about Liberace's influence. And that's when Liberace was like, tell the Nash.
High-end parties, huh?
Right, tell the Nash to go fuck himself. And then that's when fucking Scott Thorson kind of gets caught up in everything and gets kicked out by Liberace. Because the cops are now suspecting Liberace in these murders. And so Thorson goes and works for the Nash, and then he starts to become a drug dealer for the Nash, like a big mover. Like he deals with Pablo Escobar's guys, he deals with the BGF.
Thorson?
Yeah, this Scott Thorson guy. So anyway, that's Scott Thorson, and you're right. He was there when Nash gave the order for the murders, which later on, years, and I'm talking like 30 years later, ends up in the Nash being fingered for the crime. But yeah, so now you have Scott Thorson, you have the Nash, and let's go back to the Wonderland Gang, and John Holmes, because John Holmes is like, look, I know where the Nash keeps his stash, and if you guys want, I could tell you where exactly he does, and I could help you break into his house and steal everything. And that's what happens. He goes, they set up a heist.
He left the door open on the way out. I read that John Holmes went to the Nash's house to buy drugs,
Yes.
and chill and be quiet, and he was having second thoughts, and he left the door open, and those fools came in there, bro, and ransacked it. But what really pissed off Nash, I think one of the people that they fucking, one of those guys that broke in, they took a shit or dump on one of his kids' rooms.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, that was left out of all the stuff that I had read. But I had read mostly they
took a piss, but they took they didn't just take drugs. They took jewelry. They took enough to move, bro.
Right.
Get out of Wonderland.
Right.
Go to the Bahamas.
Right.
But now these fools, as soon as did you know that they robbed? Did you read about as soon as they robbed, they started opening up shop and started selling everything?
Well, that's how fucking they
talk about that.
That's how, yeah. So they go in and they hold up the whole house. The Nash is there, and they hold the Nash at gunpoint, and they're like, "Show us where the fucking safe is."
John Holmes knew where the safe was.
John Holmes knew where the safe was, and and this is how they caught the Nash.
That's how they knew, huh?
Because first of all, the Nash only showed John Holmes. At this point, the Nash is calling John Holmes his brother, and is like, "I love this man. This is one of my favorite people." He has a room inside of the Nash's house. He has his own room, which Scott Thorson ends up getting later. But that's how much this guy betrayed the Nash. So they go in, they rob him, they hold him at gunpoint. The Nash has a bodyguard, and the bodyguard gets grazed by a bullet during the holdup. But it's humiliating. He holds everybody at gunpoint. They take a shit in that guy's fucking room. And that's the thing, is they realize that fucking Holmes is lying, because Holmes says there's $500,000 in cash in the safe. There's actually nothing in the safe. There's a few things in this. There's vintage guns in the safe, but that's it.
They take everything though.
So they rob the entire house.
Everything. Jewelry.
Yes. Drugs.
Did you find out how much they got in jewelry? Because they got at least $67,000 or above in jewelry.
I think that's what you. I think that you're about accurate with that. So
but they took a shitload of drugs too, man, and money.
Drugs. They took a lot of drugs. Most of what they got was in drugs. With everything.
That makes it a pretty successful heist.
It makes it a very successful.
And they
heist.
didn't murder anybody.
No, they didn't murder anybody, and that's what leads to this being so weird.
Those fools went in there, and they as soon as they got back to the apartment, they partied like it was 1999, huh?
Yeah. They also, and that's the thing is, so
there were no. I saw that in a movie with that John Holmes said that these idiots, as soon as they got back, they were calling people on the phone, and they were telling people, "Man, we got heroin for sale, man. Where'd you get it from? Oh man, we just robbed that dumbass motherfucker, the Nash."
They did that, and then also John Holmes was walking around with the jewelry on. That the John Holmes fucking gets caught by the Nash red-handed by Nash's men with Nash's rings on his finger, and so that's when they bring John Holmes back.
That's funny. In the movie, they just show Val Kilmer going to the Nash and telling him that who did it, bro.
Yeah, well, that ended up happening because they threatened.
But they really beat the shit out of him.
They beat the fuck out of him. They beat the fuck out of him.
Go back, huh?
And they made him go back with the murderers. And
he went back to the house and hung out there and left that door open too.
Oh yeah. He went back over to the house to hang out. But that's the thing is the belief is that he
didn't even believe him that Nash beat him up.
No. Well, that's the thing is they're about to find out.
Man, when they were divvying up the stuff, they show that
the monitor went black.
They show that Val Kilmer's character John Holmes asked for his cut, and like he owed them so much money that I think they just threw a jury at him, bro.
Right. Well, and then he wanted. That's the thing is that he felt like he had a. There's a
coffee.
There's a few people that are about to get fucked that become suspects in this as well because you have the committers of the crime, Ronald Lanius, William Deverall.
Wasn't that guy in a biker gang?
Joy Goldmiller, not Ron Lanius wasn't.
The one that wasn't there when they got
So
killed.
David Clay Lind was the fourth member that broke in with them, or the fifth member, and then you had Tracy Raymond McCourt. These names are important because they're going to come up later because Lind left as soon as they committed the crime. Lind left his girlfriend and took off to Stockton. He left his girlfriend, which ends up being one of the girls murdered in the house, which is the young lady that gets murdered. So Lind comes back to discover that they're all murdered. But anyway, that's the biker. That's the guy who's kind of telling the story.
Who discovered them?
Who discovered them dead? That was the police officers because there was a report of like a
wellness check.
Well, dude, it was crazy. They heard all kinds of stuff, and most of the neighbors were like, "We didn't even expect that to happen." It was we thought they were partying hard, but they could hear the screams and the shouting and the things that were going on. So that's the thing is, but
I thought they were beat up with axe handles.
No, bro. They were beat up with fucking the police believe nobody knows what they were actually beat up with. Because
They're bludgeoned.
They were bludgeoned, bro. Like but it's like these parts of your face right here are doing great. This part of your face is caved in all the way to the back of the skull. So that's why they believed it was rebar or something heavy and round because the middle of their faces were crashed in.
Uncut rebar.
Yeah, so they think it was rebar, axe handles. That's the thing, man, is the crazy thing about this, from what I was reading and from what I was learning, is that there's so much hearsay and circumstantial evidence, and there's no real physical evidence of actually what happened, except for one palm print, and that belongs to Holmes. And
that was his penis dragging on the floor. They picked up some blood.
So above one of the victims, there's a handprint on the bed post.
What if what happened was John Holmes took a big bump of coke and took 2 Viagras
and went wacko.
Got butt naked and bludgeoned everybody with his big 14-inch cock. He said, "It's hammer time."
This would be a very good animated version of this.
You gotta wonder.
Yeah,
that's a palm print.
Yeah, that's the palm print that they found.
5, 6, 7, 8 dick taps.
Right there, bro. That held John Holmes' cock in his hand. That sounds weird. Anyway, they found the handprint over the bed, and they couldn't convict him on the handprint alone.
Check this out, man. They collect art too. I saw art.
Abstract. Jackson Pollock. We did a Jackson Pollock with blood on this wall.
That's deep.
So that's the thing is that when this crime was committed,
expert.
So what happened is that the Nash sends someone over. And according to Scott Thorson was there the night that it all happened and went down because he was picking up money for Liberace, and he was also scoring some drugs off of the Nash. and according to him, he sent out 2 of his henchmen, his bodyguard who got shot, which that one's hard to believe because he was shot, and then John Holmes. And so, one of the theories is that John Holmes was forced to do it. I believe John Holmes was definitely there and doing something. I don't know if he was forced to, or it was his decision. I mean, in the movie, they make it seem like he's kind of a dumb, guy who kind of gets goaded into this situation. But I don't really know how John Holmes is. But his wife, who he left to go do porn, said that she met with him that morning and he was covered in blood.
Oh.
And
so he did it.
And the way the cops believe that he did it because they're like, that palm print where he left had to be someone who was leaning against the wall and swinging a pipe, and it's the only reason. And John's contention is like, I was probably fucking somebody in that bed, and that's why my palm was there. But the cops were like, no, that's not a hand imprint. That's not a hand imprint from sex. It's not a hand print. It's over.
That was his print.
The bed. Yeah, it's John Holmes' print, and it's the only physical evidence that points to anybody in this case. John Holmes was tried 3 times over for this before they stopped fucking trying to, and he probably would have been tried more had he not died of AIDS. But they, he was the only one that they show committing this crime.
Maybe he should have said that print when I was trying to stop them.
It still doesn't explain anything. Like,
cut it out, guys.
Guys, stop! Leans against the wall.
And then they hit me over the head, and dragged me out with my penis.
They could have dragged him out by anything, but they dragged him out by his dick.
I bet those guys, man, the Wonderland Gang got tired of John Holmes being there, bro. Like, he goes, how big of a line you want of coke? They'll put peanut this long. You crazy?
Well, that's why John Holmes turned them in, because they were sick of him, and when they tried to get rid of him, he's one of the main suspects for sure. Because when they got rid of him, they gave him very little. They gave him like a bunch of jewelry and said, "Get the fuck out! Don't ever come back."
He wanted coke. He wanted everything.
He wanted cash and drugs, and he was trying to get out of town himself, like in the movie. But they shortchanged him.
It's like those people like who think they deserve all the money even though they didn't put no physical action in it.
Right. Well, because his contention was, you guys wouldn't even know this would have happened if it wasn't for me. Like, I'm the linchpin here. And that's the thing, is linchpins always think that they're the most responsible for something, because even though they didn't do any of the work, they're like, it would not have happened without me. But it's like, you're forgetting though, bro. These people had to go in and do the work, because John stayed at the house. John Holmes stayed at the house while they were committing the robbery.
Yeah.
He stayed at the Wonderland house while they were out there committing the crime. I think John Holmes is just an all-around bad guy, to be honest with you. I think he took part in the murder because he was forced. I don't think he was much of a killer. But the murders were brutal. Which makes why I think my own self, I think it was Nash.
Who was Nash connected to? Because I read somewhere that he was connected to like the local gangs here in Hollywood.
He's connected to the Israeli mafia.
I still want to say Armenian mafia.
Right. Well, I don't know if they were together. I didn't go that far in, but I know that the Los Angeles Police Department,
because he was Christian,
believed that he was funded by Israeli mafia. But I don't think Israeli mafia gives a fuck about your denomination when they're selling drugs. And
he's not Muslim. He's a Christian Palestinian.
Right. So yeah, but I don't think that the Israeli mafia is like cares about your religion.
Just Israeli.
Yeah, as long as you're Israeli, and so they believe that he was getting funded by them because he moved here out of nowhere and then got success out of fucking nowhere. Yeah, so I think it was, I honestly, like, because that's the thing is John Holmes, you know, they portray him in the movie, but I don't really know what this guy is really like because there's not a lot of recording or information about him. I mean, there's not a lot of his own person being put on in media. You know what I mean? There's some interviews with him and stuff, but again, back then, like, you know, there's no podcast. So it's like with Felipe and me, you watch us every day, you know, we can only do so much showmanship before we're just us.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's the thing is like you get to know who we really are after a while. And back then you didn't know who people were. So like this, I don't know, man. Like all the signs point to John Holmes.
And then like Felipe was saying, it's like he probably was like compromised, right? Like he's probably like in so much shit that like he had to do something crazy.
Yeah, he had to do something crazy. He was compromised.
Look how scary this guy is. The fucking Nash.
Is that the Nash?
Yeah, that's the Nash like during the time.
You know who played Greg the bodyguard?
Who?
Big Worm.
Was it really Big Worm? What's Phase on Love.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that in the movie. They did a really good job. Oh, it is Phase on Love.
They said that he was born on August 7, 1948 and died in 1997.
The real bodyguard,
The real
right?
bodyguard.
Does it say where he came from or like
Los Angeles, bro.
how he got to work with the
He
Nash?
was hired as a bodyguard at a nightclub.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense
A
because,
brutal enforcer, bro.
yeah, they said that he was a pretty tough dude. So you got Lind coming in. So that's the thing is also the person that they interviewed a lot was David Lind, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the biker guy that this is what's crazy to me, bro, is that, you know, in the movie they go to the house and he's in the house already and he's going through everything, and in your mind, I don't know if you're like me, but you go, this guy's contaminating the fucking scene so much right now. This is how fucking loose things were back then. That the cops really did go do last minute check on the evidence, and
they didn't kick no cops out either when they were looking for shit, huh?
No, bro.
Everybody's grabbing shit.
Well,
huh?
you have two different types of cops. You have LAPD that's arrived on the scene and working it, but you also have the sheriffs who were working the narcotics division that want to go through and pull evidence. And you just have people trampling all over the scene. Then the next day you have this guy, David Lind, comes into town and sees that on the news that this is all going down, and he knows his girlfriend is at the house. So when he gets there, obviously they're all gone. She's dead, and they're the cops walk in, and he's picking up drugs off the floor. Like he's picking up the leftover drugs off the floor. Like not in the movie, but you know, in real life.
Damn.
And the cops right away arrest him, but they realize like he's their only witness, so they start to treat him like gold. They take him back. He's even doing the drugs. He takes off into the bathroom to do the drugs that he picked up from the scene of the crime, and then goes comes back and does the interview.
Detective Tom Lang and Robert Salsa searched Nash's home a few days after the crime, where they found more than $1 million worth of cocaine, as well as some items stolen from the Wonderland Avenue.
Oh yeah, because people also were breaking in and stealing from them.
Yeah, but this is the stuff they found in Eddie Nash's house.
Mm.
They found items from the Wonderland murders in his home.
Oh no shit!
Yeah, and they found $1 million worth of cocaine in his house.
Oh fuck!
So 2 days later, bro, this fool still had $1 million worth of cocaine.
Whoa! You would think that he would have gotten rid of that because they're coming after him.
Why? They didn't do nothing.
Well, and that's the thing is that the cops find out about Holmes first. That's the thing is that Holmes is a linchpin in all of this. Because the cops find out about Holmes first. As they're doing this, they find out that Holmes is connected to the Wonderland, not to the Wonderland murders. They know that he's been hanging around, that he's a known associate. So they go almost directly to Holmes. And Holmes rats out the Nash because he's...
So I thought, how does Stephen Prince Prince tie into that? Because doesn't Stephen Prince is a little bit a part of them getting caught too, right?
Which one's Stephen Prince?
Stephen Prince is this guy right here. He's like the movie producer. It just says that he was like a witness.
That's the guy I told you about, bro. That was. Remember the guy that was living at the house, and he said, "I used to live there."
Oh yeah, that's right.
Could you play him? Talk about the.
I think that guy was just around for all the drug use and the parties.
He left he left when those people moved in. He said,
yeah, he wasn't around for the actual murders.
But he lived there at the time before he moved. He moved a month before it happened.
Yeah, he lived at Wonderland. His address was Wonderland.
That fool only got fined $250,000, bro. Eddie Nash.
For what?
No, everything.
Well, that's the thing, man. Is they tried Eddie Nash twice.
You know that John Holmes didn't cooperate.
Right? No,
he kept his mouth shut, bro. He put his penis in his mouth and he
pretended
the word.
He pretended to cooperate, and what he was trying to do.
Just a straight up scumbag drug addict,
bro. Well, the cops were like, he would lead us on, and then he would get these rooms, and it's kind of portrayed in the movie a little bit, where he would lead them on so that they would get him and his wife and his girlfriend together, and get him in a hotel room, and he would order top notch, room service. He would go out and buy things and put it on the hotel account, and then be charged to LAPD. And they realized, like, we're not getting anything out of this guy. He's just leading us on. He's just pushing us around, and at the same time, John Holmes is trying to get room between him and the Nash because he knows that they want to kill him, and so he keeps, every time he gets in danger, he goes to the police and says, I think I can help you. And then they get tricked into helping him, and then they realize, like, he's just leading him on. And this happens a few times. And then they finally just shake him loose, And everybody's playing the cops in this, too. Like, even Scott Thorson does the same thing, where he plays the cops over and over again. And this Scott Thorson guy, actually, he does go and he testifies against the Nash, and then that case is thrown out. And then the second case is thrown out. And then he has to go into hiding. He joins the witness protection program through all of this and goes into hiding. And then he becomes famous as an evangelist in Florida. And then that's when the cops are like, we can't help you anymore. You're not supposed to be in the public eye. You're supposed to be laying low. You're in witness protection. And then, I don't know, a few months after he starts doing evangelism, he gets shot at his house. Like, he opens the door and this guy shoots the fuck out of him. Shoots his chest, shoots his face. His whole body's fucked up with guns, with bullets, and he survives.
He survives?
He survives. And then he goes on to testify one more time against Nash. And then actually that's the only thing that sticks. But Nash gets convicted as a known associate of the murders. He doesn't get convicted for being there. He doesn't get convicted for anything other than just basically ordering the murders. So I think he gets like 30 years, 20 years, something like that. He gets out on parole. But by then he's an old man and really doesn't have any power.
No power, huh?
No power at all, because he slowly got his empire taken away from all the other times he went to jail and was arrested for these murders. But they couldn't hold anything on him, so each time they had to let him go. But every time that they'd go after him, because they went after him a total of 3 times, it slowly stripped away what he had left.
LAPD, Palestinian-born American nightclub owner and restaurateur in Los Angeles, as well as a convicted money launderer and drug dealer. Nash was already the mastermind behind the Wonderland murder, but was convicted despite multiple arrests on RICO charges.
Yeah, he never got convicted of the murders itself. In the end, I think he was only convicted for, what do you call it? Conspiracy? Like,
well, so like he just got just for the attempt.
Just the attempt, planning it basically, for like giving the order.
So you think that they would have took out, if he would have just said unalive John Holmes too? He would have never been arrested, nothing like that.
He should have. Yeah, if they unalived John Holmes, then there would have been no, because that's the thing, bro. Is to this day, the cops, especially the cops that ran the case, want this to be reopened because there's also DNA evidence now that could be used. But the problem also was that he had been convicted so many times or been tried so many times and let go that
the Nash.
Yeah, that the police department evidence room got rid of half of the evidence. You know, and this case was just honestly, to be honest with
People
you,
say LA don't got gangsters, huh?
are you fucking kidding me, dude?
People talk about New York gangsters, bro. How about our gangsters?
LA has the most fucking gangster of gangsters
You
ever.
just keep it low key, homie.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I've only lived in San Jose, Oakland, and here. Yeah, this place is filled with gangsters.
He's a real gangster, huh?
This is
The
gangland, bro. I mean, LA not so much these days. You know, you could drive around. I live in South Central. It's not like what I heard about when I was younger, but the fucking 90s and early 2000s, this was gangland, and it still is, bro. That's the thing is like, it's cleaned up a lot, but I lived in Boyle Heights. There's still a fucking gang in Boyle Heights. There's still gang members out there, you guys. It just I mean, with surveillance and the way things are now, I think it's a lot harder to commit crimes, but they're still out there. I don't think we'll see a Nash anymore. I don't think we'll see like, you know, like the likes of like guys like Nash or guys like Doc, what's his name, Doc Holliday, that helped bring in, I think he was like a big time Crip that helped bring in all the fucking cocaine into LA during the crack epidemic.
Doc Holliday?
Not that Doc Holliday.
Freeway Rick.
Doc Holliday. There's also Freeway Rick Ross, but there's a guy that named Doc Holliday that was also, because he was working with the Nash. That's how I read about him. But you have all those gangsters that were bringing in stuff, you know? Yeah, that guy, James Doc Holliday. That guy right there, Felipe.
What? James Doc Holliday.
So that guy was a big producer or a big bringer-inner of cocaine from the Escobar cartel. Like he was a big, also like, you know, they talk about the crack epidemic and people who brought it in.
That's funny because in American Me, there's a reference to a black dude like that who's leader of the black gang in prison. And
yeah, that's the leader of the BGF right there.
His name is Doc.
Yeah, that's him.
He goes, hey, Doc.
Yeah, that's
we can handle it right here.
Right.
You get all ugly.
Right. That's him. That's who they're talking about.
They bring out the guns. He goes, I ain't going up against the guns. And just almost goes, you're going to lose, Holmes.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's that guy.
You know what, Doc? Because Doc, if Doc is a real person, the BGS got together with the last remaining Italian mafia guy, remember in the movie?
Yep.
Who was dealing heroin.
Yep.
And then these fools said, the Mexican gang said, we're going to do heroin. So there was a big old hit,
right.
remember?
Yeah.
And here's some basketball for you guys.
Oh, coconuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he gets mad at that. He goes, they shot a guy in the dick.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's who they're talking about.
That's funny, man. People don't forget that scene, bro. Because one time I took a picture with a black wrestler, and he'll get me in a chokehold. He got me in a chokehold, but he said, "This is for cheap times, homie. This is for fucking cheap times.
This is for cheap times, bro." That is.
I'm gonna get a shirt that says cheap times forever.
Oh, bro. Like a bar, like an actual bar cheap time shirt would be dope.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one, bro. Cheap times.
That would be fucking rad, dude.
Or get that comb.
Yeah, with the hand. Oh, my mom had that. My mom had that exact comb.
Hell yeah. I didn't know she knew Doc, bro.
She didn't make any hits though. She just, but she had and it wasn't actually, no. It didn't look like that. It had the symbol with the hand in the middle with the Africa around it, but it was black. It was all black. It was like it was pretty dope, dude. I remember seeing it in Blood and Blood. I was all, that's my mom's comb.
Today's date on November 3rd, George Washington in 1783 said goodbye to the Continental Army, and that was the end of the Civil War. Also, on this date in 1490 something, Columbus discovered Dominica, which is modern day fucking Dominican Republic.
Oh, really? So you discovered Dominica and then came up to Florida.
Yeah.
Came up through that way.
I always wonder about that, bro, man. Like,
Okay.
like you and I we're fucking we're the natives of the land, bro, of the island.
We are natives.
We're like, there's other natives, we don't know where they are, but they're deep in the land. But we're the ones that are on the shore.
Okay.
Now we don't know about the other ones who live in the middle of the earth.
Right. No.
We only know us and whoever the shore.
Right. Whoever comes and visits.
Yeah. So you get this boat, bro, like 4 or 5 boats, right? Say it's fucking Columbus. And you know that those guys been on that boat for months, probably having sex with each other.
Yeah.
You know, getting the weakest man.
Yeah.
And they probably have bumps, bro.
Oh, definitely, bro.
Right?
Like cold sores and
Yes.
like all kinds of disease.
And there's a priest there, right?
Yeah.
With them, even though they're doing bad shit in their boat. They stink, bro. There's no restrooms, bro. They stink. They throw shit out of the boat, you know, probably.
Bro, they shit off the side
They
of
probably
that thing. Yeah,
stink.
they stink so bad.
Now, you're the native, bro, watching all this for the first time. You probably could smell them a mile away, because you're something that you never smelled before, a new smell, you can smell right away.
On the sea air, for sure.
You
too.
can smell it right away.
You might be right. You might be
So
honest.
those fools are out there, bro. They're out there, you know. Because we only know this because of Hawaii, but this is South America, probably Mexico, and they have their swords, bro. And they're seeing white people for the first time, and not just white people. They're seeing metal, iron. Everything they're gonna see for the first time is everything that's gonna destroy them immediately.
Right.
Iron, white people, cold sores, diseases, rape. These people are horny too, bro. Horny.
Hungry.
They're probably gonna tear up guys too. And or children.
They're probably gonna tear up.
You know they tear up children, bro. They didn't write it down. They're horny. They're hungry, bro. They probably ate babies. And
gay sex.
and the leader of these fools are these powdered wig looking fools that you think you never seen shit like that, bro. Powdered wigs, lipstick, and it's humid, and the makeup is running, bro. Like, how come nobody's thinking the LGBT community
I was gonna say these
build a
trannies,
time machine and it's taking over the earth from the beginning again?
these trans people are attacking us.
How can you not think like these trans people are showing up from this other part of the earth?
The lunatic left has arrived.
The lunatic left has arrived. But think about it, bro. You never seen this before. But to you, in your religion, but think about it, man. You're there innocent, bro, in the other part of the island. Like, real innocent. Like, you never seen. You don't know. No one has ever told you right from wrong.
Right. Yeah, no,
Like,
exactly.
Ever. Like, you're innocent, bro. You don't know. You don't know diseases. You don't
Right.
know. You probably don't know what a cough is.
Right. No, well, I mean, probably at that time you're so immune to everything.
But you don't know what a fever is yet.
Right. Yeah, no, those things aren't happening
Those
to you.
people,
If they are, they're very
people
rare.
on your island, they're dying from diseases.
Right.
Like, he was born with a rock because that fool swallowed a rock.
Dude, if you get a fever and get sick, you're probably going to die. And then at that time, they were probably like the gods were pissed at this guy.
But so that boat is full of diseases, bro. Like one big plague.
Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely, dude. It's one big, and we're talking about.
And like that's something and they're being invaded, but don't even know. And it's like one thing that white people never understand, you know, that feeling, bro. Now imagine, bro, and if you're white right now listening to the History for Fools podcast, you're in your house, you're watching Seinfeld.
Right.
You're watching a podcast on TV. You're watching Kill TV on your big screen. You're watching Kill Tony on your big screen.
Okay.
Me and Bush showed up butt naked with swords made out of metal you never seen before. Like every time we swing it, it lights up.
Right.
And we tell you one time, hula la la yo.
Right.
And your dad doesn't understand, so he killed him.
Yeah. Who dies, me or you first?
And then you show up again. Then we ask your mom again, Ray! Your mom says some stupid shit that a Karen will say, kill her immediately. And then your little brother who's 8 realizes and stands attention. He lives.
Right.
You haven't gotten up that couch, Butch stabs you. We go to the next house.
Yeah.
Till we finally get people to understand.
Right.
To get on our fucking spaceship and take you to South America in fucking 3086.
We take you back. Everybody looks like Edgar's.
Me and him show up with Edgar haircuts. And you laugh at us and we kill you.
Completely naked with Edgar haircuts. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of, bro, you know what? That's very accurate, actually, because it's like you're chilling, and that's their version of it, man. They're chilling like, yeah, they don't know that they're discomforted. They don't know that they're living like what these people would call them savages.
That is the equivalent because
it is the equivalent.
These that boat is, even though the boat is full of dirty men, they're like, they might as well be 2,000 years ahead of them.
Right. Well, that's the thing is that they're dirty, they're gross. I mean, you got to think of they
have metal,
because
sharp objects.
So the other thing is that one of the things is that native people or indigenous people probably didn't smell as bad, even though they weren't taking many showers either. But they weren't eating the way that these people from the New World were eating. They hadn't really mastered how to cook certain ingredients and other ingredients or whatever, and how to make food. Because that's the thing, man, is like if you think about how we live and eat now, far much worse than the natives do. So if we start not taking a shower next to it, like let's say you fast forward, you take a native person and you time travel them to our time, and then we all stop taking showers at the same time. We're going to stink far worse. We're going to be far dirtier. Even though we're a more advanced type of people in our society, we're eating so much disgusting things that we're just going to stink. We're eating, I mean, the hormones and stuff now, too, on top of it,
Yeah, man.
So it's, I think, dude, you're onto something with, they probably smelt them from fucking shit, far away, bro.
And they go to show you, bro, like those guys, the Wonderland gangsters, they thought they were real gangsters, bro. They thought they were real gangsters.
Oh my God, everybody thinks they're real gangsters.
They thought they were real gangsters.
Yeah.
But real gangsters don't fall asleep, bro.
No. Well, also
real gangsters don't sleep.
Real gangsters don't talk about who they robbed
Then they passed out. Then the real OG showed up, bro.
Bashed their heads in. Bashed their fucking heads in. Like the cops.
I heard there was a Mexican dude there, bro, but they didn't show him, bro. Like they bashed him so hard, candy came out of him, bro. Deuces.
All the kids come out of nowhere and start crying.
That's the remake of the movie we're gonna do.
The what?
It's called the I Wonder Holmes Murders. Yeah, man. I think the people, I think that they hired a bunch of Latinos, Mexicans from who it was their birthday that day,
right?
And they told them, man, we're gonna hit a bunch of piñatas, but they're all gonna be asleep.
They blindfolded all these kids and gave them rebar.
I read, I don't know if it was out there, Xavier, but there's a medical autopsy of the people that were murdered at the Wonderland murders,
right?
And they said that their body was. Some of the people would end up dying the way they were partying. They would end up dying in 3 months anyway.
Yes, that's the other thing is they were filled with drugs.
They're filled with drugs.
They were chock full of drugs.
Like they're Some of them would have OD'd in the next few days.
Bro.
They were doing heroin, bro. Speed, coke, mescaline, everything.
What else would make
They didn't
you
invite
rob
me.
one of the most prominent
I
gang
think it was
members
too
in
small.
LA? What else would cause you? Drugs. You're so fucked up. You're so stupid that you would go rob this fucking guy who's like, because the thing is, Eddie Nash, they kind of play him like a goofball in the
But
movie.
he's not.
But he wasn't. He was a fucking real gangster. And he ran a large part of LA's drug distribution rings. So, like, it wasn't like you were just fucking with some clown ass, that called himself the fucking Nash. You were fucking with, what is that? Dude, that looks so fucking real, bro. Blur that pew pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, it says right here that almost everybody's body just had everybody's covered in track marks.
Yeah, everybody was. Well, that's the thing is, like, David Lynn, when he walked in, there was so many drugs in the house that he according to him, he ran in worried about his girlfriend and what happened to her. But according to the police department, when the detectives rolled in they didn't even know he was going to be there. They just went to go find some secondary evidence before they cleaned up the scene. And they find this biker in the middle of the floor scooping up drugs and putting them in his pockets, like pills and shit, and just putting them in his pockets. There was so much drugs in the house that they were just everywhere, that it was just like, and so, yeah, I think there is probably a lot of truth to that. These guys weren't going to last long. I mean, nobody survived anyway, except for the woman who survived the original murder. And probably the only reason why she survived is because,
She's 22.
well, she rehabbed, first of all, while she was in a coma. And then she has brain damage and what do you call it when you can't remember? Amnesia. So that's probably what kept her off of drugs the rest of the time. But Lynn died of an overdose.
She had what?
Amnesia.
What she have?
Amnesia.
Okay. Amnesia.
You know what that is?
Yeah, I'm just joking with amnesia.
I know. I was like trying to see if you were fucking with me.
Oh, shit. Never mind.
What?
I'll confuse amnesia with my mom had Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's was just kind of this. Yeah, I mean, amnesia.
My mom selected Alzheimer's, bro. She
That's-
don't even remember what my brother did.
Yeah, mine did too. She was like, I never hit you like that. I never beat you. What are you talking about?
You don't remember the bad stuff, because it overtakes all the little good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Because it's all bad. Because it was all bad.
Because your good stuff ended with bad stuff. Like, it was low-key compliments. Oh, you still doing comedy, huh?
Right. Are you still doing that thing with your skits?
Latina mom, they won't ask you, like, how's your comedy career going? They will ask you, you still doing comedy? Because they know they haven't heard of it.
Are you still doing that? I would get, are you still doing the comedy thing is what I would get. But not from my mom. It was mostly from my mom knew what I was up to.
People that were, who wanted to hate on me, like people like from my high school, but they don't know me, they'll say it wrong. I don't know if it was wrong on purpose. You still being comedian?
Yeah, I hate that.
So you graduated from high school, right, and moved on to college, and I didn't. Why are you speaking that way?
I got one time. Are you still doing skits? I want to fucking shoot myself.
But you had that gun that only had bang on it.
Right. Yeah.
But people are just hating you. They know you're doing it.
Right. No, they're just hating. They're just hating.
You're still going under houses, bro?
Because they make it sound silly.
Pull wires?
I'll tell you the difference, bro. When my cousin, who I don't get to see often, goes, how's fucking comedy, bro? You still killing it out there? That's someone who's rooting for you. But when someone goes, are you still doing your little skits? Are you still up there doing the stand-up thing? Fuck you.
You mentioned a comic that barely went viral.
Oh, my God. Bro, you know what I hate right now is when fucking my family sends me fucking clips of other comics, especially if it's someone I don't like. And you can't be, that's the thing is you can't go, hey, don't send me these, because then they'll just be like, well, fuck you. I'm not going to send you anything. You know?
How about comics that you had a fallout with, but they're out there still using your name as my dog, my boy?
Yeah, bro. I'm in videos
And
of
your
someone
boy
like
was
that.
out here yesterday.
Yeah.
And then you go, in your head, you don't want to say something to the guy because that hasn't been your boy in 11 years. but you just got hired.
Right.
But I always say, how did my boy do that? He bombed like usually.
That's my boy.
That's my boy.
There's
Out there
someone.
bombing and shit, eating dick,
There's someone that's
and
still.
still trying to hook up.
There's still someone making money off of my videos, but they won't talk to me. They refuse to be my friend. They won't talk to me, but I'm still making them money in their videos.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Nah, Ian Kung. He's got a dope YouTube channel, and but he won't talk to me. He refuses to talk to me.
We'll leave it.
No, you don't have to. I want people to go and be like, "Yo, Butch is trying to be your homie, dude. What the fuck, dude?" Because I apologize for that. But yeah, he still has his YouTube's up, and I'm like, "You won't be my friend, but I'm still in your videos. All right, bro."
If you're wondering what I'm staring at right now, I'm staring at the game Ghettopoly. Remember when we did the history of Monopoly?
Yeah.
Right there in the closet, we have the Ghettopoly.
Right.
And we have the Redneck Monopoly and the
Yes.
and the South Park Monopoly. We're gonna come up with a Mexican Monopoly, man. But instead of going to jail, they send you to Venezuela and El Salvador or Africa.
Go directly to Venezuela. But in Monopoly,
And the chance card will be like this: landlord got deported. You are a new landlord.
ooh, I like that one
too.
I like that one.
How about
But if you go to El Salvador, you're not coming back. That's the problem.
You were pulled over and now
And now the cop shot you on accident and planted crack on you. You wake up in the hospital with a gunshot.
5
wound.
people that were using their social security number got deported and you kept their money.
Bro, let's make this game. Let's make a podcast out of making this game.
Yeah.
Like we should like sit down with like arts and crafts stuff and actually try to make a game board
We should, bro.
and then do the podcast. What do you guys think about that?
And the money will be
Cigarettes.
one of the chances will be like this. Oh my God, man. Trump's sent only you up one of those checks.
Yeah.
A stipend.
But it's a stimulus.
Yeah. Oh man. You get one of those cars. Go back 5 spaces and collect 200 followers.
What car? Oh, one of the cards.
Chance.
Yeah. Your TikTok did well today. You picked up 200 followers.
Yeah, man.
Dude, we could totally.
Yeah.
Dude, that's actually a good idea.
History for Fools. Should we do it or what?
Let us know.
Salad.
Let us know.
You ever play that game, Sorry?
Yes, I used to love that game.
Operation?
Yeah, I loved
I'm just
Operation.
reading what's there, bro. Sorry.
You guys got any shows coming up?
I have a show coming on November 3rd. Nah, it's too far away.
Yeah, we're too early out.
We're two right out.
But check out right here.
Yes, in 1 week, we're going to be at the, in November 15, 16, 17, maybe. We're going to be at the,
Oh, that's right.
Skank Fest in New Orleans.
Skank Fest, baby.
So if you're going to go watch Skank Fest, go say hi to us, man. We'll be we have our own little booth out there, History for Fools.
Yeah, come see us in New Orleans.
Come see us in New Orleans, man. We'll hang out, man. Smoke us out. Cheer with us. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, thanks to everybody who keeps coming up to.
You have shows in December on your own?
I do.
Or November?
I-
after Thanksgiving. Also, I'm going to be at Aguas Calientes the weekend of Thanksgiving. I think it's November 27th, but I'm not sure. I'll be at the casino there, man. Badass show. Hope to see you there. Also, in December, I think it's 16th through the 20th, I'm going to be in Cleveland at Hilarities, homie. Hilarities Comedy Club
Fuck yeah.
in Cleveland.
I'm
It's
with
gonna
you
be
on most of those dates.
Cold as hell, brother.
I'm with you on most of those dates, so I don't have anything to plug because you're already doing it, my man.
All right, Foos. History for Foos.
Thank you for watching.
Foostorians.
Foostorians.
Foostorians.